hot foiling. I'm getting it down. Hey everyone, it's Cathy Zielske. Welcome back to my channel and my studio. Today I've got a fun project with some hot foiling, some ink blending, and it turned out pretty good. And I love that. So if you want to see that, stick around. It's coming up next. Here's a look at what I'm starting with today. And I have this Simon Says Stamp glossy cardstock, and I'm going to foil on this today and ink blend and try some things that I think are going to be fun. I did not know you could do this. So I'm going to start with this little friend here. I've got some Glimmer foil in the color, this is Champagne, really pretty, nice, shiny piece. I also have a greeting here, and I will show you the greeting. This just says hip hip hooray, and it has a coordinating die, and I'm also going to foil this greeting as well. So let me bring in my Glimmer machine. So while this is heating up, I am going to cut my foil to be the same size here as this particular panel. I'm not too worried about over foiling. I'm just going to go like that. All right. And for this greeting, I'm going to take a piece that is a little smaller and come around here like this. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, let's see here. I know I'm going to be trimming my panel down a little bit. So we've got pretty side to pretty side here. And I'm just going to pop that right onto the cardstock. Here's the thing. I don't care if I don't get it perfectly centered here, because I am going to trim it down. So I'm just going to take a little tape here, like that, and I am going to take a little tape here, and let's see here, we'll go like this. Then I'm just going to cut off the excess. Like that. And I think that will be fine. I'm going to pop this one down first. I'm going to hit my timer, and I'm going to put my shims on top. There's one, and there's two, and I will let this heat up while I get this placed into position. I think I just scraped a little of my foil, but that'll be okay. Pretty side to pretty side. Set that aside. It has finished. I'm going to disengage from the platform, and we're just going to pop it here. Try not to slide around too much, and slowly run this through. And I'm only going to go through once. This is still pretty hot, so I'm going to be gentle by taking that off, this off, and then I'll just slide this out. If I had a little more room, I would just have this, kind of sideways, but let's, it's not your screen, it's not you, it's me. And now I'm going to see if I can, well, it's going to be hot, so I am going to, rather than get my fingers hot to trot in there, I'm going to lift this here, and we're going to try to get this up and off. Hot, lift, come on now. There we go. I'm just going to flip it over that way and put it on a plate. Okay, let's do the peel and reveal. And I have a beautiful transfer of foil, look at that, onto this cardstock. Let me get set up to do the greeting. I'm going to take my second piece, just kind of drop that down, pop on the shims and the plate, and hit the timer. Plates are ready, or it's all heated up. And again, we're just going to hold that in place and run it through slowly to transfer the foil for this greeting. Take that off. I will put this over on my little hot plate mat, I think. And let us do our peel and reveal. I think I got it all in the right place. And here I have my greeting. There's only a little bit of overfoiling, and I think that's going to be fine. I probably should have trimmed my paper down, but I can cut this out with the die. But now I'm going to get set up to ink blend. I'm gonna do some blending on my little waffle flower mat. I like how it kind of grips the paper. And I've got some nice colors here. I'm gonna show you. I've got Simon Says Stamp Spring, Seafoam, Marine, and Lilac. So I'm going for cool tones because I feel like the champagne can go either way. So I'm gonna start here by cleaning off my green brush. And that's all I ever do to get the color off. I just, you know, I don't wash these. I never wash them. I used to wash my brushes years ago, and then I just realized I don't really have to. So we're gonna do this on every brush, but I won't do this every time on camera. All right, now I'm gonna take, oh, let's butt you up against there. There we go. I'm gonna load up this brush, and I kind of want to see a little, it's a pale color, and I kind of like that, and we're just gonna come in, yeah, let's move that out so I have a little more room. We're gonna come in here. Now here's what I didn't know. I didn't know that you can blend on this cardstock. Like, that was a shocker to me. I'm like, wait, it's slick cardstock. How can you blend on it? Well, what happens is it looks great. Guess that's all I had to say about that. All right, I'm gonna take this little brush here for Seafoam, and I think there's a lot on here, but we're just gonna bring it in and blend. Now, of course, the foiled part just resists, just like if you were going over with embossing. So it's going to resist, right? And it just gives you a different look on this glossy paper than if you had it on regular cardstock. Here, maybe I'll tap a little right there, see what that looks like, and bring that in a little bit darker. And then I can blend over like that. Come back in with the lighter color like that. All right. It's pretty, gets deeper as we go down. And then I'm going to bring in my lilac. And I am going to just hold this down just in case it's still not completely dry up here to bring in the purple at the bottom. Yeah, and just blend. Get that overlap. Where it overlaps, it also starts to change the color on the paper. Isn't that cool? Creates that third tone. You can see my fingers, right? Because they're leaving their impressions here. But again, once I know this is completely dry, oh, I love that overlap look. Look at that. It's so pretty. Once I know this is completely dry, then I'm going to die cut it. Okay, go back over here like that. So just keep working it until you like the look. All right, that's definitely different, right? That's a much softer look, but yet the whole thing has the reflective property. So I'm gonna let this ink really soak in. I feel like I can see my fingerprints in there, but I'm gonna proceed because I like the way this looks. Before I die cut this, I'm gonna use my creative detailer from Couture, I can't pronounce that, Creations, although I'm almost out here, but I think we'll be fine. I wanna see what happens. It's got a little drill sound, so bear with me. I just don't know what it does on this cardstock. And unfortunately, if you use this on the shiny, it takes the shine off. So I'm not too worried because in here we have a little, but I'm die cutting this. So let's get the coordinating die. I'll put this into position and I will tape this down and then I will go cut this out off camera. And I'll go cut out the greeting. And I think I'm going to cut a few more of these out of just, well, maybe some fun foam or just some extra cardstock so that I can build this up with dimension. Before I die cut this, I just want to make sure, I just kind of want to buff over and make sure that this appears to be relatively dry, but I don't know if no, those are my old fingers. These fingers are going to be fine. So I'm going to grab a die to cut this out. I want to make sure that this can easily be incorporated. So that's how I can come in here and take the crop that I want. kind of crop out all my fingerprints over there and tape this into place, and I'll go cut that out. All right, we're just gonna add a little liquid glue to my fun foam to hold that. This is Simon Says Stamp Fun Foam, and I think that's enough to hold it in place. And I'm gonna put this on the back of my blended panel. Trying to get more into the fun foam. I just trimmed this to be a little smaller. So we'll just go like that and hold that down. In fact, I think what I'll do is just take my little, oh, it's kind of curving up. Interesting. Don't curve up on me. Oh my gosh. What is happening, Lauren? All right, why are you curving? Don't curve. All right. Another little experiment I wanted to try. I recently got a glue stick. Now here's the thing. Years ago, my good friend Donna Downey, I don't know how many of you know who she is, but she's a media artist and she's pretty rad. She taught me years ago that for paper-to-paper applications, right, for adhesion, there's almost nothing better than a glue stick. And I thought, what would happen? And this is what we're going to do. If I just glue sticked a few things and saw how they worked. So that's what I'm doing today. I want to see, like, how is a glue stick for adhering? Now, is that really goopy? I don't know. Let's pick it up. Just for adhering paper to paper like this. And it could be quick, maybe even quicker. Now I do feel a little of the glue on the side. And here's the other problem. You can't keep gluing on the same surface, right? Or you're going to get glue everywhere. But I thought, wonder what the longevity is of it. Do you know what I'm saying? Is this a really smart way to go? Well, and then here, why don't we just glue on top that way? You know, you can just kind of swipe, because now I'm getting probably too much in the little bits and pieces, but I just wanted to try glue stick. Oh, I see, you kind of get it. Look at that. It's kind of getting goopy on the edges, so maybe that's why you have to be a little more cautious with it. Let me take my scissors or my tweezers here and get some of that off. I may work glue sticks into my crafting. Now, when I line up my hip hip hooray, I do have a nice substantial greeting, and I'm going to press that down. We'll just put our glue stick away. There you go. How many of you use glue sticks a lot in your crafting? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious, because I don't, and now I think I might try to work some of that in. I'm going to score this at 4 1/4, and this is going to be a Landscape USA 2. This is Neenah Classic Crest Solar White. I just thought this would look nice and crisp on the white cardstock. I will give this a good press with my Teflon bone folder. My cardstock is a little off. I bought a whole ream of Neenah from the paper mill itself, and it was not cut perfectly, which happens. It happens sometimes. What are you going to do about it? I'm going to tape this closed. I mean, I could have returned it, but I didn't realize, like, it was way too far in. I kept thinking I was doing, like, somehow I was, you know, folding things wrong. But no, it was my paper. I'm going to add more liquid glue. So we'll just go all the way around the edge. Okay. But here I'm just going to position this right onto the panel and then just wiggle it into place. That's what I like about my liquid glue, is it gives me that little bit of wiggle room until I can decide. Oh, I'm not quite probably good. I can't really see right now. I'm not standing up, and I probably should, but I think that's going to be just fine. Now, give this a chance to adhere and press. And I don't think I even need tweezers for this, because I can kind of just hold it and see. And we're going to place our little hip hip hooray. I just want to go kind of right in the center. You know, nothing too crazy. I think that's cute. Just like that. About the same from side to side, about the same from top to bottom, and put the brick on. All right, let me grab some, I don't think I need sequins, maybe some pearls. I'm gonna pick this up, Actually, I'm just going to push it to the side because I think it will be easier if because see it, there we go. Boop. Push you to the side. Oh, I messed it up. I can't get it. Come on now. Get up there. I'm telling you, these little beads, pearls, they're harder to do. Come on, get up there. Then, there we go, drop. Okay, then sequins. So I'm learning. Live and learn. The small ones are fine, boop, but the bigger ones are a little tricky to do. So it's just giving a little texture to this. Okay, and you are right on there. Boop, and you are right there. Boop, and that is my finished card project. So interesting to me to ink blend and foil on shiny paper because I have not done that. And it's actually pretty. It's kind of hard to catch here in the light under these lights that I film under, like to really see, but you can see that reflection there. That's all the cardstock. So it makes the ink shine too. Like it's not a flat ink. It picks up the shine from the actual gloss of the cardstock. So that's the finished cardstock. Little hip hip hooray, little cool tones. And there you go. This card is done. You can find links to all of the products I used in today's video in the YouTube description box. I'd love to have you subscribe to my channel, so please do so and hit the like button as well. I'll see you back here with another card project soon. To see more of my hot foiling follies, please check out the thumbnails below, and I will see you in those videos.